right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip, and sitting in today in the peanut gallery,
We're back.
The king himself.
the king himself, Garrett Nahila.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
It's going
Great to
good.
have you
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Going good.
I know. I haven't sat in a while.
What are you listening to?
It's been a while. I got to be honest. I'm listening to Seether, so we're throwing it back
Wow.
right now.
All right.
Wow.
Are you just playing off of Stained right now?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
going off a Stained. You know, that kind of emo, alternative, dark rock.
Post-grunge.
Butt rock is what,
Butt
that's
rock.
what I
Butt
like to call it.
Spot rock.
But I respect you. Sometimes I get in those phases too, and you gotta dip into it
And
sometimes.
you gotta
remind
revisit
yourself.
it. Yeah, remind.
Revisit
Never
it.
forget.
Or
You
wine
gotta
tasting.
remind yourself of the early 2000s rock and how bad it was. So, you know,
It was an era.
yes. What are we drinking today?
We have some Aperol Spritzers.
We have one.
Yep. All the way
Garrett
around.
has one.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, cheers.
We really wanted to drink green drinks today for St. Patrick's Day being on Thursday.
Mhm.
They didn't have any at grocery outlet, no food coloring.
You could say the other color of Ireland is orange, so this is kind of
Ooh.
orange.
God, this is why you're my co-host.
This is
why
why.
you're my co-host.
I like
Shit,
it.
I almost
Thinking
dropped
outside the
beers.
box.
So happy St. Patty's Day to anybody,
Yeah, happy St.
everybody.
Patty's Day.
I think I'm a little bit Irish, very, very small
I
percentage.
think I got some too.
Are you?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. My
Are you?
Yeah, I think I got some. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If not mostly Irish, honestly.
yeah. My mom's maiden name was Ruddy.
There you go.
I wouldn't know if that was Irish. But I'll take your word for it.
Well, Holloway is definitely from that area, like Ireland, England. So
Got it. Cool. I think we're
Plus,
gonna be.
I have orange in my beard, so
I think I'm going to the Marriott on Thursday.
yeah, buddy.
You better make sure your
I
boss.
told the boss, maybe another case of Guinness, maybe a couple of bottles of Jameson, some Baileys, you name it.
That's what I'm talking about. Might have to call him to work on Friday.
There you
Never
go.
know.
I'm gonna have to go into work.
I'm curious to see what's. I've heard that we're supposed to be busy all week with groups or whatever's going on, so we shall see what happens.
Cool.
Oops. Yeah.
What do we got going on today, Emerson?
Well, the lockout is over. Baseball is back, and we're wrapping today.
Let's go, baby.
So we're gonna get into that a little bit.
We're both dipped in
Yes,
Giants gear
just-
right now, by the way.
Just soaking wet.
The excitement.
Garrett isn't, but he's a Giants
He's
fan
got
at
his
heart.
black on.
Yeah, no.
So one of the colors.
I mean, I can bring out the game worn jersey.
Do you want to wear the blanket?
If you
over
need
there?
it. You want to wear the blanket. That's a cloak.
It's a cloak. We also NFL free agency is in full swing.
The
and
NFL
there's
is
some
the
big
gift
shit
that
to talk
keeps
about.
on giving.
Right. So got some interesting stuff to get into there, as well as we're gonna rerun our NBA focus and potentially update our contender rankings as well.
Mine are actually in order.
They're
this
in
time.
order this time.
Yes.
Right on. Like to hear that. And we have some PSG news as well.
Mm.
Unfortunate shit. And that's about it. Oh, of course, college basketball tournament starts on Thursday. Can't
Yes,
forget that.
yes. How you guys feeling today? You guys kind of went hard yesterday.
Ooh,
Dude, we
just
had a
so we know.
Sunday.
You guys went from 2 in the afternoon to about 9 at night downtown. That's a full day's worth.
It's been a
I
long
respect
time
it.
since we stretched
I-
our legs on a Sunday.
I tip the cap.
Yeah.
Tip the cap to my fellow brethren over
It
here.
was kind of a surprise Sunday off for this guy,
So you made it count.
so I made it count.
So do you have you don't work tomorrow?
No.
But I couldn't make it work tomorrow. But you also work Wednesday, so that's why we're doing it today on a Monday.
On Monday. First time in a while.
Yeah, I can tell you. It's also
Was that the original day?
was it?
Monday?
I think it was.
We used to
Monday-
do it on Mondays.
Monday nights,
we tried to
right?
get it like right after all the action on Sunday. pretty
Mhm.
much. Yeah.
And we're doing it before. We're starting this before 5.
Yeah.
Cause I'm off today.
Yeah.
normally.
The sun is
I'm
still
off.
out.
Yeah.
Also, we had daylight savings time kick in.
Oh, we did. I
So
forgot about that.
it's
No
it's
wonder.
really even more like 4
Do you know it's technically daylight saving time?
saving time, not savings.
Not savings. It's saving time.
That makes
Fun
sense.
fact.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
not know
that actually sounds more proper.
Daylight saving time.
But I'll still say savings till I go to.
I think if you didn't say time, you would say daylight savings is like that
Mhm.
time of year. But
I'll still say savings no matter
Yeah.
what. So
It's good to know, though.
mm-hmm.
there you go.
Thank you.
Next time you're at a bar,
Yeah.
you know it's daylight saving time, not daylight.
Take that
savings.
ass off there.
Buy me a shot.
Buy me a shot, mother.
Tito's straight up.
That's Garrett.
Yeah, that's my Tito. Yeah, my martini, straight up Tito's.
Unfortunately for Garrett, we do not have any Tito's on
Sorry.
That's
bud.
probably for the better.
Yeah.
tap on anything.
We got
Right.
bubbles though.
We got
I
both.
do love Austin,
Bubbles and
Texas.
beers.
Never been, but
But I love it. It's like
I
Gage
love
and the
it.
Cowboys.
It's like the Cowboys.
I put in the time.
Oh,
I put
shit.
in.
Yeah, so is he with Tito.
Yeah.
Can we not get into the Cowboys right now? I go ahead and want to talk about those clowns.
We will talk about them momentarily.
Oh,
But first
right.
things first. With the lockout being over, I have a big announcement
Yes.
for everybody. And this has a lot to do with the fact that we don't talk a ton about baseball on the show. We put it in there.
Mhm.
But you and I mean, this is our show.
Yes.
You and I connect more on basketball and football, I would say. And then we sprinkle everything else in, right?
Exactly.
But personally, I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. It's the only one I actually played, organized anyways. And so I'm starting a new podcast, solo podcast it is. Still haven't determined the name yet, but it's probably going to start in about a week and a half. And it's just going to be kind of an informative podcast. We'll have a little fun as well. But I think baseball today is kind of drifting away from our generation a little bit. And I want to help make it make sense for everybody.
I gotta say, I texted this to you, but when you first told me this,
Yeah.
I felt like you were telling me you're having an affair. I gotta say.
I
Having an
I know.
affair.
It is
Felt
funny.
like, feels like you're cheating
Yeah, a
on me
little-
Yeah.
a little bit. It really does.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I'm proud of you. I think it's ballsy what you're doing because
Yeah.
on this show, you're the guy who talks the most, and I think you could do a solo show better than I could do a solo show.
Okay.
And you have at least one listener in me. I'll listen to you every week.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely, Garrett
That's all I need.
might. You know,
I'm here.
yeah, he's there.
I'm
You'll-
here for it.
You'll have you'll have
Yeah.
support.
Oh yeah.
It might take you a while to get to what we've gotten to, which isn't a lot.
Right.
But it's,
The other thing is, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a trial run to some degree. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done this obviously with you, but I've never done it by myself. And I don't expect the episodes to be very long. They'll probably be in a 25 to 30
that's
minute
what I
range.
kind of thought.
Yeah.
I thought there's no way he's doing it for an hour. Like
Yeah.
what we do here.
And part of it is I didn't want to spend 20 minutes on this show and take that kind of time
No, it makes
talking
sense.
about baseball
Yeah.
when that's not what you and I connect on.
And-
like I said.
and you
There's
can-
a lot to talk about in baseball.
Yeah, and when I listen to you, I'm going to learn stuff too. So it'll be
Yeah.
nice for me. I'm going to take what you say in your show and bring it to this show.
Yeah.
That's
I'll take the
nice.
questions right out of your mouth.
There you go.
That's going to be the goal anyways.
So I hope you go full Instagram account and everything.
Oh yeah, I'll probably do an Instagram account.
Are you going to do yourself on here?
I don't think so. I'll probably just record it on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
Keep
thought.
it
That's cool.
audio only.
If you ever need a guest, I could try my best.
Yeah.
Actually, can you have me as a guest? Because I'd just be like ISR.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
Peanut gallery.
I could be a
you
peanut
just
gallery.
have to. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's probably what
peanut
you'd be
gallery.
good at in that
Peanut
sense.
gallery
Yeah.
for sure.
The clubhouse, the bullpen. You can call it the bullpen.
So I know you love baseball, obviously, but is that what pretty much gave you this?
Yeah. I wanted to.
Have you
be
thought
able
about
to
this for?
talk
Have you thought about this for a while?
I have been thinking about it for a few months, but not really sure when I was going to make my decision. Obviously, the lockout ending kind of sped that up because we've been in the lockout since December. So that's kind of when I started thinking about it. I was like, when baseball gets going again,
Yeah.
I want to start talking more about baseball and having that opportunity. Yeah, so I was kind of expecting not to have to make this decision until probably April, but now we're here. Baseball's back. It starts in about 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
gonna be
congrats.
fun.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
excited.
listen.
Still haven't named it yet.
You got some good, some names.
We got some
And
names
I've
out
even
there.
shot you some names.
Yeah.
I've tried my best to try to
Gage
incorporate.
has some pretty creative ones.
Trying my best,
Been all
because
over
you
the
don't want
place.
to, you don't want a name that's been taken. you
Right.
know. You want something that's like true to you
Right.
and that no one else has.
Right.
That's kind of what I think.
Rounding corners.
Yeah, we'll think of something good.
You should call it bigger bases.
Bigger bases. Off base.
There you go. And if I'm sure if anybody
There's a
has
lot of
any
references.
ideas,
Yeah, if you want to spit some ideas as well.
because before you start the show, you should have a name for the
Yes,
show.
yeah. This is the Emerson Baseball Podcast.
Emerson Hit Baseball Podcast.
Yeah,
That
lame.
doesn't- Yeah, it's
No.
Go yard.
Yeah.
Go yard.
Yeah. Right. So yes, the lockout is over. Kind of a little bit of a surprise. I don't know how you felt about it, but we knew that they were continuing talks, but the didn't seem like they were gaining much momentum.
and didn't they get right before 100 days too? It was like 90 or 99 days.
Well, the lockout got extended, and they actually obviously they canceled games at first, but then I think it was like 8 days after they decided not to.
I guess I mean like in totality, how many days was
Oh,
the
oh, oh.
lockout? I think it was like almost 100.
It might have, yeah.
It was like
that would be
98 or
right.
99.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. but I'm super happy that we're back.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to play a full 162 game slate, which is great. Losing games would have been pretty bad. I mean, losing 10 games wouldn't have hurt, but
Like if they would have played 150, I'd been okay with that.
I would have been okay with it. But I think in the grand scheme of things, losing games is never a good look
No.
for your league. They have eliminated the runner on second in extra innings rule, which is great.
Which I like. I
Yeah,
love.
that was a
Yes,
joke.
thank God.
That was a joke. 7 inning doubleheaders also gone.
Which I like.
Yep.
Especially if I'm there.
Yeah, because they do have actual scheduled doubleheaders for the season. I think that each team is going to play a handful of them.
Okay.
Just to, they're extending the season 1 week, and also adding like 3 doubleheaders for each team or something like that to get the season in a reasonable amount of time. Also, big one: 12 playoff teams instead of 10.
How do you feel?
I'm okay with it. I think 12 is a good number. I think if they would have, there was talks of they wanted to go 14, which I'm kind of glad they didn't. But I think 12 is good. Universal DH, which we already knew about, is coming. And there's also going to be potential big-time rule changes in the near future. They're talking 2023 at the earliest for things like pitch clock, banning shifts, which I think is kind of weird.
We've talked about the banning shifts.
Right.
Banning shifts should not happen.
Right. And when I start my
That
show,
makes
we
no
are going to go
sense.
over
I
a lot
don't
of
know
these
how you
things.
could like regulate that. It's,
Right.
it's part of baseball. It's how
Yeah.
you play baseball.
As a manager, you should be able
It's
to
like
pick.
setting plays.
You should be able to put any person you want on the
Yeah.
field at
Right.
all times.
Exactly. I mean, that'd be like if you were to like ban certain plays out of the NFL because it's not fair. You're like, no.
It's like there's lines
Learn,
on the
learn
field,
to
and the only
swing or
lines
defend that,
are
or
the fair,
learn to
or the
hit that.
fair
But
foul-
You have to
foul lines.
adjust to what.
exactly.
Yep. I'm
But-
totally in agreement with you guys.
Yeah.
And
Keep
then
that. That's baseball.
they're
That's the
talking
fun
about-
of. I mean, that's the art and fun of it, and
Right.
the mindset of playing
the
baseball.
strategy.
Yeah,
Basic strategy. Yeah. Electronic strike zone is also a talk.
I don't think
which-
they'll ever get rid of that. I don't think they'll ever get rid of human umpires.
I think the electronic strike zone is gonna come. I don't think it's
You
gonna be
think so?
next year. It's probably gonna be down the line because they need to perfect
That's
it.
gonna be so disappointing, though. Do you want that?
I'm not against it.
Not having an ump?
There's gonna be a guy standing behind the plate. It's just he wouldn't be the one calling the balls and strikes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So what's he doing?
He'd probably just be there.
Like calling plays at home.
Yeah, calling it
like check swings.
Check swings probably. Trying to think what else he would be good for, and just relaying whether or not it's a strike because it's gonna like probably someone be in his ear saying, "Oh, it was a strike or a ball."
Gotcha.
Yeah. 16 draft lottery, which is not super important. I think this one's cool. In 2023, starting in 2023, every team will play each other every season,
I like this too.
which is really cool.
Because as Giants fans, we could go see the Yankees play at home possibly.
Right. They'll
Which-
basically play like the American League teams will play the National League teams once a year in their
Okay.
place, and then
Okay.
the
That is
you know,
cool. Yeah.
switch
I
sides
like
the next
that.
year.
Instead of seeing the Yankees play once every 8 years, every 5 years,
Every 6 years they
Yeah.
they would come. Yeah.
you can see them once a year,
Right.
possibly, unless they do their series in New York.
Right. So it's going to be once every other year.
Yeah.
We would see them here. So I think that's really cool. And they've got some new out of country locations for games coming up in Mexico, Asia, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, London, and Paris, which I think are
And the game of baseball already has been,
it's huge in like
it's
Latin
huge.
America.
it's huge. It pretty much, I feel like all around the
Yeah,
world, a lot
Right.
of people know about.
I think Europe is the only place where it doesn't really have a following. But pretty much
Because
everywhere else.
cricket's huge.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
I think
And
that's
that's kinda
kind of
their
like the
baseball.
equivalent. Yeah, like that. Yeah, their baseball. Because cricket outside of America is huge.
Yeah. Also, there have been some really big moves already. Guys changing places, which we'll be getting into on my new podcast as well. Giants signed Carlos Rodon, which is a big starting pitcher pickup. And Clayton Kershaw's back with the Dodgers. We just saw Matt Olson get traded from the A's today. And Josh Donaldson yesterday.
Olsen off the A's.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
they traded Olson and Chris Bassett.
And where are they going?
Olson is going to the Braves. So that means Freddie Freeman is definitely not going to be back in the Braves. And Chris Bassett went to the Mets, which is a nice pickup.
To the Mets.
Are you afraid Freddie Freeman's going to the Dodgers?
I am very afraid.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Dude, that would just like hardly keep. It's like that thing in Breaking Bad when he goes, "They can't keep getting away with
I
this."
know.
That's the Dodgers.
Right.
If he goes,
Mhm.
I want to talk about the 12 playoff teams.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's too many teams. Like, when's it going to end? Like, how long is it going to extend to until it ends? You know what I mean?
It's going to get to 14, I think. That's where it would end. I
It-
can't
it-
imagine them going to 16.
It puts the emphasis on the regular season not being as important.
Right. Which
A little bit, right?
I think baseball is unique in how long of a season it is, so it should be important, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think 12 is too detrimental.
Because what
to
was
that.
what was it prior to this?
It was 10, and then before that, for a long time, it was 8.
I mean, it's nice for us fans. You know, I mean, I know the Giants. We all know the Giants had a great year last
Right.
year. And let's say they dip off, which we all assume they will.
They're not going to win 106
No.
6 or 7 games, man. But
And so, as fans of a team, you would think this is nice because
more markets being involved.
yes, and your team has a better chance of making the playoffs.
Right.
But I just don't want them to veer off of being how important the regular season is.
I think the owners and players are smart because what do people care about? They care about the playoffs,
Yeah.
right? You watch all the other leagues; they all have a bunch of teams that make the playoffs.
And I guess you could debate that. Yeah, in the regular season so long, people start to lose
Interest.
track of it, or
Right.
interest or track because of how long it is. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
you could be at game 80 and you're like, well, you know, our team, there's still over half a season left, so we
Right.
don't have to really worry about it.
Yeah. Totally.
I think Major League Baseball would be smart. I know they love having as many games as they possibly can, but cutting the season down maybe by 10 games, anyways, and having a bigger playoff.
And I think wasn't it like 150 to begin for a long time?
It was 154, I believe, for quite a while, and then they pushed it to
That's
162.
huge.
But, yeah. But it's been 162 since like the 60s or
Oh,
something.
okay. But I'm talking a long time ago. It was
Right.
like 154.
Right. But yeah, no, I think 12 is good. I think that is eliminating the 1-game playoff, so that's not going to be in play anymore. Which that was a fun game, but it also was a little bit cutthroat.
So
considering
what the Giants did in 2014 against the Pirates, that's not happening.
That's not
no more
gonna
wild
happen
card.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
anymore.
When Brandon Crawford hit that grand slam.
Right. That was pretty sweet.
That was a moment. That was a moment in time
Yeah,
where the world
I
stopped.
think I think we were at Fosrotti's when that happened.
we were indeed.
We were, right?
Yep, good call.
Glad
We
you
were.
were.
Gee,
Glad you
I
were
was
there.
in Santa Barbara then.
We were-
Probably were watching it at Woodstocks, that pizza spot.
No, I remember what sucks.
Yeah.
I think we were at Fosrotti's and then we pretty much parked it at Fritos.
Right, yeah.
No, then
Parked it in
remember we went
Fritos.
to Fosrotti's for like Game 6 of the World Series when the
Right.
when the Royals smoked.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It was
I remember
it was over by like the fourth.
And so we all
fourth
decided, okay, Fritos game 7, 100%, and Giants won.
inning. We'd seen all the big like we'd seen
because we
most
saw
of the games.
the
Mike-
walk off by Ishikawa
We saw-
in the championship
Well,
series.
the Mike Morse home runs. I also.
Also, same day.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I don't remember how we watched.
We watched
the
game
division series.
we watched game 1 at Frida's because I remember Hunter Pence hitting that home run center field, the center field Hunter Pence home
Right,
run
right, we
in
did.
Kansas City.
Right.
Hence,
Oh, you know what? Me
miss
and
that
Nick
guy.
were at the clinching game of the wild card, no, divisional round
Against
sorry.
the Nationals.
Against the Nationals, yeah.
I remember you guys being there. Yeah. So Fosrotти was cool, then it wasn't. Then Frida's was the place.
Right. Fritos was the clincher.
They started giving out free shots to everybody. I was like 20 at the time. It was
I was like 20.
don't shut Frida's down because Frida's, you know.
That was Takahiro Rosina, right?
Yeah, let's talk Korea. Talk Korea.
Soccer, yeah,
Talk Korea.
Frida's and Don Peas. Those are our spots.
I think that's where we went wrong last year. We didn't go to Frida's at all.
I was working like during all the playoff
Yeah, I know,
games.
I
It
think-
fucking sucks. With the
Yeah.
exception of the one that we watched at Kansas and Austin's.
Which the Giants
Won.
won. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else on baseball?
No, I don't.
I will. Yeah, like I said, we'll.
Just happy it's back.
Yeah.
Happy it's back. Happy it's back.
Or
There
happy
Getting
we
dig
figured
into
it
free
out.
agency when I start
Bunch of
things
crybabies.
next week or so. So
you go.
look forward to that. Now let's move on to NFL.
NFL.
A lot of shit happened over this week.
The Colts traded Carson Wentz to the Commanders. Still gotta get used to that name, by the way. The Commanders. It's gonna take me probably a year or two.
At least.
You ask why, and where do the Colts go next?
I don't really understand this. I mean, okay, so who's on the market? Jimmy G essentially is on the market,
Good.
and they're apparently trying to pry Derek Carr away from the Raiders, which could make sense. I mean, the Raiders are probably the 4th best team in their division now, with all the moves that the other teams have been making.
I think this is kind of what, and we'll get to this, what the Steelers are trying to do.
Right.
Just
Bridge the gap.
for now,
Yeah.
type thing. It's funny that Carson Wentz is back in the NFC East.
Yeah.
He's playing for his second team in the NFC East.
Yeah. I think that's a good pickup for Washington. I think. I mean, he's got to be the best quarterback they've had since Kirk Cousins, right?
Would you rather live in Indianapolis or Washington, D.C.?
Ooh.
I've never been to either.
I've been to DC. DC is cool, but it's a little bit ghetto-y.
I was gonna say her.
DC's a lot grimier, I think,
Yeah.
than people think.
Right.
Everybody think, oh, it's the
I'd maybe go to Indiana
capital.
just check it out. See what's all
I'd probably go to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I'd probably go to Indy
You,
stuff.
you probably, if you're a football player, you probably get a fat house in Indianapolis.
Yeah, exactly. Also, did you have something else about that?
No, I hope he whoop his ass twice.
Mitch Trubisky signing with the Steelers. You just mentioned something. Do you think this makes sense?
I think it does for now. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think he's better than
Trubisky to the Steelers.
I think he's better than Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins.
I would agree with that.
I think him playing. I mean, he played well for the Bears. Scott made a good point. He did play good for the Bears. What 1 year when he was there?
Yeah, I mean, he got him to the playoffs. I think maybe even twice actually.
I would think that we would all agree that the Bears aren't a great organization,
Yeah, they've been up and down. For
and I
sure.
think we would all agree that the Steelers are a better organization.
Yeah.
So you never know. I don't think he's going to be what the Bears thought he was going to be, but I think he's better than what Steelers fans have seen. That's including Big Ben the past
Even last year,
2 or 3 years.
Right.
I know they went 11-0
a couple years ago.
a couple years ago, and they
Yeah.
got bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy, but they did.
Sorry, Jimmy, but you did.
I just we'll see.
I thought Jimmy G would be a better fit for the Steelers.
I don't know. I'm not sure if Jimmy would fit well in that environment or not. I feel like there'd be a lot. I mean, the Niners fans have shit on him for years, but that's a different type of fan base in Pittsburgh. They're
You need to produce.
But
Yeah.
they run.
I mean-
but they run kind of the same kind of game plan as Niners do.
I mean,
Run heavy.
Yeah.
They take pride in their defense.
Yeah. yeah, not much throwing.
And Jimmy,
But-
the black and yellow might look pretty good. Gotta say.
I mean, he is the sexiest man in football. I'll give
Yeah.
him that. But at the end of the day, I don't care if we have a rough season, but we need to finish.
Right.
We need to finish.
Yeah.
You can have all his glory and stats, but if you're not closing anything, it really doesn't.
I gotta think that they're probably gonna draft a quarterback, even if it's not the first round. They may take a second round.
Who, the Steelers?
Yeah,
They were talking about what's his face from Pitt,
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. I heard he has small hands. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
He has like 8.5
Yeah.
inch hands, like from thumb to pinky.
Did you also know that the NFL football is apparently a little bit bigger than the college football?
Yeah, I knew that.
I did not know that.
Really?
I thought they were the same thing.
No, it's bigger.
I just figured they were the same.
Yeah, different sizes.
It's a little
yeah,
bit bigger.
It's,
Yeah.
by a little. Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Yeah, no. I just figured why.
Because I always like playing with college ball because it's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to grip.
Also, the biggest news of the week, or since we've been on air or been off air,
Yeah.
happened yesterday. Tom Brady apparently can't stay out of the spotlight, and he is unretiring and returning to the Buccaneers.
Fucking guy.
First thing I'll say is I'm glad he's returning to the Bucs and not the 49ers, because that would
What? You don't want to
Wait.
come to the Bay?
hell no.
Go
It's
see
his
him in person.
hometown.
I would not.
He's a
say-
Bay Area boy.
Don't give me. You guys want to talk? Because I'll just stop.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
That first, Tom Brady just.
You should be allowed to do
You're
that.
telling me he spent 2 months with his family and was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, he's a son of a bitch. I had a feeling he hadn't really decided. And he was just maybe preparing the
Bro,
Bucs for
we
something.
gassed up Tom Brady like a month and a half ago on the show.
I know, he's a fucking
And now I got
dick.
now I got to do it again when he retires
How
after
about
next
this?
year.
Do you want to take a vow that we're not going to do it when he retires?
Yes.
No,
I love that.
I lost respect for Brady for doing this shit. This is stupid.
We
Just doing like a media
We-
stunt and all this kind of.
Well, who knows? Maybe it was a lot more media driven and he actually didn't even say anything. He just let it happen.
I just don't.
Which
get
I think
it.
is kinda
I
funny
don't
if he
think.
did that.
I don't think it's cool. It's not a cool move.
I don't think it was that way because Tom Brady's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's the king
We
of
are
football.
we are not going to pay him respects when he retires.
No,
And I'm also not rooting for him to
no.
win.
He ruined.
No.
He ruined his outing. Like going out. No.
You're still the goat,
Yep.
and that's I'm not going. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not.
respecting that, Richard.
And I'm not going to give you all the
Yeah.
stats and all the bullshit when you retire again. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yep.
I'm not.
No.
And
I
I
don't think it's a cool move.
I hope Aaron Rodgers beats you in the playoffs.
That would be funny.
Aaron Rodgers can't be the Niners, but he might be able to beat Tom Brady. You never
Yeah,
know.
we'll see. We
Or,
shall
might,
see.
or Brady's beat him once. Maybe Rodgers can get his revenge. But I think the Buccaneers went from like 40-1 odds to win to like 9-1.
What are they going to do this year to fit, all the best players under the cap?
I don't know what they're
Some
gonna do.
bullshit.
I don't give a fuck.
Uh,
I don't give a
all
fuck.
right. Moving on from that asshole.
Yeah.
Raiders. They're extending Max Crosby
We
for 4
love
years
Max Crosby on this
and
podcast.
almost $100 million. That's a big pick.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's worked hard to get to where he's gotten. Not to say anybody else hasn't, but
He was what? He was an alcoholic
Yeah, I
right?
think he's been sober for like
a couple years now.
a couple years.
Crosby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crosby.
So good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Getting his bag. I think he was a second team All Pro, if I'm not mistaken,
Is he
or
still
at least a
with the
Pro Bowl.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Second
who. That's
extension.
who second.
Yeah.
Also, the Bears traded Khalil Mack to the Chargers. The AFC West is getting to
Dude,
be the best division in football.
you got some hogs on the defensive
I
line.
got some hogs.
You tell me you got Bosa's, you got Big Boy Bosa,
On one
you got,
side.
you got Big, you
Yeah.
got Big Brother Bosa, and
Yeah.
then you got Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for
That,
Russell
that,
Wilson
that's
now.
I would say that's scary.
Yeah, you know Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's like, all right, this ain't that bad.
He's got to work on his agility even more this year.
Yeah.
As slippery as he already is.
Dude, Russell in the orange and white.
Also, did you know the Broncos play the Niners this year?
Do they?
Oh, Russell's gonna smoke that ass again.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm glad because I was a little butthurt when I heard about the trade. Cause I'm like, I need another Niners Seattle rival
I wanna
just
say-
because of Russell. But if we're gonna play them again, then yes.
I want to say Russell Wilson was like 17-4 against the Niners in his career.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was stupid. It was not fun to watch.
You want some more?
Yeah,
of
I'll
this?
take one more of that.
But I was a little upset because I'm like, no, I needed to watch another game, and I needed that. I needed that win of the Niners versus the Seahawks.
Also, the Chargers signed cornerback J.C. Jackson,
Yeah, that's a big pickup, I think.
and both these pickups for the Chargers make them better.
I mean,
They have. I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't make them worse.
Well, obviously, yeah, and defense was probably their weakest point, or weakest part of the team last year. Do you think they're? I mean, are they right there with the Broncos? Do you think, or above, or below? I don't think they're with the Chiefs, but I mean that having a great pass rush is awesome.
The Raiders aren't any slouches either.
Yeah, that's a fucking hell of a division.
It is.
Easily number one now.
I mean, I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos
I think so.
because the quarterback's better,
Right.
and this is a quarterback league.
It's going to be interesting to see if Justin Herbert can make another jump because he's been pretty awesome so far. A little inconsistent, but pretty awesome.
Herbert.
He's still young.
Mhm.
Like, if I'm a Chargers fan,
Got to be
I'm
excited.
stoked.
They're
I'm
going for it
stoked.
right now.
Wish the Cowboys would do this because the Cowboys are shitting the bed. They traded Amari Cooper to the Browns.
At least they didn't have to give him away for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Sal was giving a shit, and I was like, well, they could have given away for
Yeah,
nothing.
they were going to release him if this didn't happen. So they got basically netted a 5th round pick out of it.
Yeah. The Cowboys, they're not going to be good next year.
You don't think so?
They'll win the division, but that's not
I was
saying
gonna-
much.
Yeah, I don't think they haven't done anything to get better.
I know I already said
It's gonna be
before.
hard for them, too.
I know my bold prediction was already that they would beat the Niners in the playoffs. That's not going to happen.
Not liking that thought.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But they'll win the division. They'll get bounced out in the first round like they always do.
Yeah,
They also signed Gallup.
yep. They
To,
extended him. That's right.
Which, I don't know. He just tore his ACL. I'm not sure I like this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
they probably did it because they were like,
I
okay,
don't
yeah,
know
we know
what-
he's good and we can get him for cheaper than we would have.
I'm so tired of Jerry Jones. Helping out his homegrown draft picks.
Yeah,
Because Dak got paid, and it's one of those. Who are you gonna get better?
right.
I'm not saying Dak's great, but who are you gonna get better than him at this point? Zeke should be gone, but he's not because he's a homegrown draft pick.
Right.
I'm convinced they got rid of Cooper so easily because it helped the cap,
Right.
but he wasn't an original Cowboy.
Right.
So Jerry Jones is like, you know what, you can go, but Gallup is. So
Yeah.
I could see Jerry Jones being like, well, we did draft him, and
It's interesting.
maybe Lil Vis is kind of feeling bad for him for what happened to him on the field a little bit. You know what I mean? In the playoff game.
Yeah. Because it's kind of similar, like with Dak's thing. Like, do you think he gave it to him because he felt bad? How do you?
Like, are you gonna do him dirty like that?
Right. How do you let a
Dish him
guy
off?
do everything for your franchise that he hasn't won much, but
And now the Cowboys' top two receivers are CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and that's a pretty good
that's a good deal.
receiving core. But I just don't know.
But Gallup might not play this year. Is that
Yeah,
is that
I don't know.
up in the air?
So the Cowboys are going to have to draft some kind of receiver, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they should do that with their first pick or their first round pick, or
yeah.
if they have one. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'm not feeling good about the Cowboys this year. No, already.
Yeah, this is a little shitty. I mean, what do you think about the Browns? I mean, so the Browns did release Jarvis Landry today. It's kind of surprising, I thought.
They
but
should try to get him. The Cowboys should.
yeah, if they can get him for a reasonable deal.
Yeah,
why not?
exactly.
Yeah,
I think the Cowboys should be calling him first.
yeah. I thought that was interesting on the Brown side. I mean, I guess they needed to free some cap space, but
But I guess
I guess they felt like Amari Cooper was a better player than Landry, and so.
And I don't think volume wise, I don't think he is.
I mean,
Everyone talks
they're
about
pretty equal, I feel like.
everyone talks about Amari Cooper's route running, which is great.
But that's also one of Jarvis Landry's best attributes. No.
Like right now, I'd rather have Jarvis Landry on my team than Amari Cooper.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like Cooper's got a bigger body, bigger
He does.
catch radius.
But I don't think so
Neither of them are like spectacular. They're both very solid players. So. Yeah, we'll see. I think. The Cowboys are in an interesting position because they've overpaid a lot of guys.
My friend. Thank you.
On to the NBA.
Boom, 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 boom. Kid, you're gonna rank your boys or your teams? Your teams.
Your boys.
Yeah, all your
You got
sons. You gotta
boys?
rank them.
You got boys outside of us or what?
No, I don't. So got mine in order this time
Yep.
because last week I shit the bed.
Championship.
Well, actually, no, I did it a different way.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's
Championship
wrong.
contender rankings. How many teams you got this week?
I got 5. I think I'm gonna try to stick with 5.
5. Okay.
Number
Top
1.
five.
You want me to go 1 to 5? 5 to 1.
Go 1 to 5.
1, I got the Bucks.
Bucks number 1. Okay.
Kind of hate doing it, but they're the champs and they're playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Got the Suns at 2. I'm putting your Warriors at 3.
They beat the Bucks too.
I'm putting the 8-seeded Nets at 4.
Number 4. Okay.
And then I don't like this, but based off just names alone, I gotta do the Sixers. at 5.
Sixers. Okay.
What do you got?
No Lakers.
Yeah,
Fuck the Lake Show.
I'm not that much of a troll. I'm realistic.
My list is very similar to last week's, but I did make a couple of small changes. I moved the Warriors up from number 7 to number 5.
How many teams you got? 7?
I got 9.
Oh, that's right.
Still? So
I think I cut mine from
you had 6 last week.
6. Yeah.
So you removed the Heat.
Yes.
I still have the Heat at number 3. So yeah, I moved the Warriors up from 7 to 5 and slid the Nuggets down to 6, Grizzlies to 7. I also swapped the Jazz and Nets. I had the Jazz at 8 last week. They're now number 9.
Yeah.
Nets are moving up from 9 to 8. And that's that.
All right.
All right, so let's move on to our NBA focus, and we're focusing on the Heat, the Sixers, and the Bucks, the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference this week. Let's start with the Heat. They are 45 and 24, first in the East. They are the number 9 offensive team and the number 6 defensive team, which is kind of what we think about when we think of the Heat, at least in today's NBA. Tough, hard, gritty defensive team. Jimmy Butler, Bam, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, kind of the foundation of that team.
Yes, they're 29 and 13 in conference. They have 6 players averaging 10 points a game, which is
Nice.
pretty good.
Yeah,
And they have
Good
2
job.
players averaging over 20 points a game.
that would be Hero and Butler. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
Tyler Hero's he's going to be 6 man.
Yeah, I looked at his stats and I was like, damn,
Having a
he's
hell of a
playing
year.
pretty good. Shout
Yeah.
out to Jack Harlow.
Right.
Hey, hero.
So I'm going this week. I did my questions last week. I had 3 of them.
Mhm.
This week, besides the Sixers, I got 2 questions for the
Okay.
Heat and the Bucks.
Yeah.
My first question is, are you surprised that they're first in the Eastern Conference?
Not terribly shocked. I mean, the regular season can be funny, and where some teams maybe take it a little bit more seriously, or
And injuries
injuries happen as well that can affect things.
To answer the question for myself, I am surprised.
I mean, I wouldn't have suspected that they'd be best record-wise, but it doesn't terribly shock me. Like I knew there would be a good team.
And so, backstory. So when the Lakers won the championship in the bubble, I feel like a lot of people gave them shit for it.
Right.
You're like, you know what? It was a shortened season. There was no fans. There was a lot of time off. Right. Why do I feel like no one is giving the Heat this same kind of treatment when it comes to?
Because they didn't win it.
But they still made it though, and
They
they
did.
didn't. And I know it was only 2 years ago, but they didn't make it last year.
Right.
So I guess my question is, can they make it back to the finals, or was the bubble appearance kind of a fluke?
That's a fair question. I think they can. I don't think they will, though. I think I like the Bucks better.
Yeah.
But I think they will be a tough
like a
team to
fluke.
beat. Tough team to beat in the playoffs.
And you gotta love, like we said, Pat Riley,
Yep, they have
Eric
a
Spoelstra.
great front office.
Can't hate on that.
Yeah. They got some. I mean, like they got some interesting players too. I mean, like Duncan Robinson, great 3-point shooter. PJ
Yeah.
Tucker, great defensive player.
Yeah.
Victor Oladipo just came back. He could be a
Yes.
weapon. That'll be interesting to look out for.
Yeah. You mentioned Kyle Lowry,
Yep.
champion. He's
Yep.
been there. He knows how to do it.
Absolutely. Their championship odds are plus 1,000, so that makes them 10 to 1 odds to win it all.
That's, I mean, if you put some money down on that, that's not a bad call.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Sixers are second in the Eastern Conference right now. They're technically tied with the Bucks, but they have a higher winning percentage at 41 and 25. 15th best offensive team, which I thought was kind of interesting. I thought they were be ranked higher than that, and the 10th best defensive team. Obviously, it's the Joel and James Harden show now with the trade happening just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the key players I threw in, obviously, Embiid, Harden. I put Tobias Harris. He's having a good year.
18 points, I think.
They have 5 players averaging 10 points a game,
Yeah.
and they have 2 players averaging 20 points, which would be Embiid and Harden.
Right. I think Tyrese Maxey has been huge for them as well,
Mhm.
because he even was, before they got Harden, he was playing that point guard role that Ben Simmons was not filling because he was sitting out, and he's been holding it down, keeping it.
And at least as of yesterday, they were 24 and 16 in the conference. I think they played yesterday, but I don't know who they had beaten.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they acquired James Harden via trade through the Nets,
Yep.
which was a
The blockbuster.
blockbuster,
Yeah.
biggest trade of the year.
Yeah.
Questions I have for the Sixers are, why do people have them as favorites? What have they done?
They
I
have
mean,
not done anything.
You know what I mean?
I think they're just people love to get excited about big trades. So it's just a different look they have now. Obviously, and James Harden and Joel have been playing really well together so far. So it's definitely been working in that regard.
Second question is kind of one people have been saying for years about James Harden is, can he prove himself in the playoffs? He has to do it eventually, right?
Right.
Can
As
he?
of right now, I would say he's not going to do it.
No, I don't think
because
so
I
either.
think I like the Bucks and the Heat just a little bit better right now.
Okay.
But I had them in my finals from the start, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
semi rooting for it. Just everyone wants to be right, of
Yeah.
course.
And when will the term "trust the process" become irrelevant?
I think it's kind of fading.
You think it's
I think
especially after, like, if this doesn't work out and they don't win the championship, you gotta stop the trust the process.
right.
Because what else can you do?
Yeah.
To win a championship?
I think Joel is trying to put that
Yeah.
to the side and say it's not a thing anymore. It's like the time is now.
And I'll also give the 76ers fan base benefit of the doubt, because you could say trust the process. Where they're at or where they have been is trusting the process.
Right.
I guess to me, trust the process means ultimately winning a championship.
At this point, yeah. I mean, I do believe they are a contender, so I think that's
Okay.
about as good as you can ask for. Of course, everyone wants to win a championship, but not
Because
everyone can win it. every
the
year.
Sixers were a laughing stock for a long time.
They were a joke. They were tanking clearly on purpose, but didn't get fined for it.
So to those fans, you have trust the process and it has gotten you somewhere, but Philly fans, we all know they only want the best,
Right.
and they haven't gotten that yet.
Trust the process. When you say trust the process, that's just a nice way of saying, like, we're working on it.
Right.
And then, like, when you win, right? And then when you win anything, though, and you say any phrase, then it's like, oh no, that was the key, right?
Right.
It's easy to be like, oh no, trust the process. We weren't supposed to be here, and now we're here and we won.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a crock of shit. Like,
Like, I'm not
you're
trusting.
either good or you're not.
I'm not trusting the process for 25 years.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
If nothing happens,
Trust
Yeah.
the pot. Yeah.
I mean, if Joel Embiid is 32 and we're still saying that, like, yeah. I don't
should we
think
have
so.
a new slogan on the show? Trust the process.
Yeah. Trust the nonsense.
Trust the podcast.
Trust the podcast.
Caesar Sportsbook does have Philadelphia tied for 4th best odds at plus 650 to win the championship right now. So
I wonder what it was before Harden got there.
I don't think they were quite as high, but they were. Yeah, I mean they've been moving up the standings pretty rapidly over the last couple of months because they were about a 500 team for a lot of the season. Anything else on the Sixers?
No.
All right, let's move on to the Bucks, not the Buccaneers, the Milwaukee Bucks. They are 42 and 26, third in the Eastern Conference, number 3 offensive team, only the 15th ranked defensive team, which I thought was also surprising. However, they have dealt with injuries to key players all year, so
Yes.
I would expect them to start putting things together now that Brook Lopez is coming back, and the whole squad is pretty much healthy.
Yes. Obviously, they're defending champs.
Yep.
They're averaging 114 points per game, which is like top 3 or 5, I want to say, in the league.
Yeah.
They're 26 and 18 as of yesterday in the conference. They have 6 players averaging 10 points a game, so they really spread it out.
Right.
2 players averaging 20, which I think would be Giannis and
Yeah, it's in
Middleton.
Middleton. Yep.
And they even got 4 players averaging 15 points a game.
Oh wow. So because Drew's probably got like around 18, I think, and Bobby Portis, right?
Yeah,
He's
Bobby
having a good
Portis,
year. Yeah.
yes.
Bobby Portis is like, he's having actually a really hell of a year. He's averaging like 9 rebounds a game too, as a role player essentially. And
this
Grayson
should-
Allen has been a breakout player this year too for them.
Oh man, Grayson Allen almost takes over Christian Laettner.
He
for
is
most.
very controversial.
Yeah, he's
no question about it.
oof, just that hated Duke player. You know
Right.
what I mean? But with the Bucks, we're not surprised. You know?
Yeah,
It's like-
and I'm not worried about them. Like if I was a fan of the Bucks, I'd be feeling pretty good about this team right now, especially getting Brooke back.
I saw some dude at work. I don't know how long ago it was, probably a month. I feel like every time I say a long time, I feel like I always say like a month or a couple weeks ago. This dude was rocking a Bucks hat. I'm like, man, salute.
Salute.
I'll be like that with the Kings one day, you know, just walking around with the Kings hat. They're like, damn, really? Kings fan?
It's a power move because
My questions for the Bucks are: can they repeat? Can they
They
repeat?
absolutely can. Giannis is so fucking dominant. He's almost unguardable. I think if we get a rematch of the finals between the Suns and Bucks, I think the Ayton and Giannis kind of down low matchup would be really fun to watch again.
Also, 7 franchises in the history of the NBA, or I think since the NBA has started, have went back to back, at least back to back.
Gotcha.
Could you name them? I don't have them written down, but I think we can name all of them.
All right, Warriors,
I was
Heat,
gonna say the Dubs. Go Dubs, baby.
Lakers.
Yes, they've done it multiple times.
Right. Celtics have to have.
Mhm.
Yeah. Spurs.
OKC?
Spurs never did.
No.
The Bulls.
Bulls. Duh. Yeah.
Miami Heat.
Celtics. Right, you
I already
already
said
said
Heat.
that.
Did you?
Yeah. Warriors, Heat.
Houston Rockets in the '90s.
Okay, good one. So that's 6.
And there's one more.
Not Boston.
We said Boston did.
Well,
a couple times.
did the Bucks like in the 70s or
No,
something?
I-
Or
man. I should have wrote this down.
Yeah.
Really bad.
that was a good question though. Or good trivia.
It's got to be something in the Midwest or the East Coast. Not.
Trying to think. I'm trying to think of like 'cause there's
trying to
actually
think of,
there's so
like,
many
dynasty
franchises.
teams.
There's so many franchises that haven't even been to a finals. Or
Yeah.
never won one even.
Oh, I think the Pistons did it in the '90s.
Pistons, that's a good
Late,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
late
Detroit.
80s.
They win two.
They
And it was
went,
back to
they
back.
went back. They went to 3 straight, but one back to back.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Nice.
I think it's all 7.
Yeah.
Well, because the Lakers did a couple times. The fucking Celtics won like 8 in a row.
Right.
You know, back with like Bill Russell, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
It's won like 8 in a row.
Yeah. There was absolutely zero parity in basketball back in the 70s.
And obviously they count the Bulls winning 3-peats because it's more than 2.
Right.
So I guess what I'm getting at with that question is it's kind of hard to
It's not. Easy.
That
but
kinda
we have
makes-
seen it happen in recent.
Yes, we have
years,
seen that. We've seen it happen with the Heat
And the Warriors.
and the Warriors. Yes. My second question is, what team should worry the most for them, or what team should they worry about the most in the conference?
In their own
In
conference.
their own conference. I'll stick with conference because I'm not to get to the finals.
Right. I would say.
The Nets and the Heat.
I would say the Nets are kind of scary, but they still have to put it all together.
Yeah.
They haven't quite put enough together. I would maybe say the Sixers based on matchup, like they, because Joel is having a hell of a fucking year. It's gonna be fun.
Arguably an MVP year.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see this postseason. I think that a lot of things could happen. All right, that is our basketball segment for the day.
We hope you guys appreciate it because I'm trying hard to get,
Right.
we're
Get
throwing
back
a lot of stats out,
Yeah.
which might be kind of boring,
Yeah.
but it kind of helps me get a
Good feel.
for what
Right.
we got going on here.
All right, so soccer. So we announced PSG. The day of the announcement, we got a Champions League matchup with Real Madrid. Go up early 2-0 in aggregate. 30 minutes left in the game. We're still up 2-0, and Karim Benzema from Madrid decides to just go absolutely nuts and scores 3 goals in about a 19-minute span.
You got the Hattie?
He got the Hattie to beat us 3-2. It's a great way to start our.
I like how you said us.
Yeah.
I like that.
Great way to start our fandom for PSG. But yeah, that was a very embarrassing loss. I watched every minute of this game.
I didn't watch it. I was at work, which was on Saturday, right?
It was on Tuesday. last Tuesday. Or last Wednesday.
Last
sorry.
Wednesday. I was
Last
gonna say.
Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but you and Sal both watched it, and you guys we have a group chat going.
Right.
And luckily, you guys were kind of texting about it, and I was looking in every, however often I could.
Right.
And as soon as Sal said that PSG is kind of like the Clippers, I'm like, oh, we're in for it. We are in for it big time. Had me thinking, man, can we just pick Madrid? Or
Right.
no, but no, we're
No, we're
sticking.
sticking.
We are sticking to our guns.
Right.
I'm already looking at gear to buy online. They have a couple of Jordan shirts that are pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool.
There you go.
For what?
Jordan's our sponsor.
For
PSG.
PSG.
Oh, for PSG.
Yeah.
It was fucking.
Real Madrid all day. Are you serious?
Fuck no.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
But congrats to Sal. He
Yes.
is a Madrid fan.
There
and,
is something about though, like saying PSG is just like hard.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about this. It sounds like a game.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, baby.
hey, when I clock in, people know.
Hey, yeah. Hey, when I clock in.
Also, Sal took a sick day
Mhm.
for this.
He did. Shout out to that.
I hope when he listens to this at work that he doesn't listen to it on a speaker.
Right.
So his whole, his boss is like, wait, what? You know what I mean?
I love you, Sal.
Yeah. We all love you on this podcast,
Yeah.
so.
Yep. So Madrid's moving on to the quarterfinals, and that will be resuming in April, I believe.
Oh, wow. Why such a long layoff?
Well, they have some games this week. I think tomorrow and Wednesday, and this competition kind of happens throughout the regular season of soccer as well. So it's kind of got to fit games in, give teams a break to get settled in and whatnot.
Yes.
All right.
On to the tournament challenge for
Yes, this is
NCAA.
another promotion,
another promotion.
official promotion.
Official.
It is up and ready. Go find it.
We posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
I reposted on my Instagram.
It's called ISR Tournament Challenge '22.
Yes.
If you would need us to send you a link, text us or DM us on Instagram, and we will be happy to do that for you.
We already have 4 people in. We appreciate everybody. 2 of them was us,
Yeah.
but we have to be in it.
Yeah, I think we had 6 or 7 people last year. We want to get more than that.
We want to get. We'll shoot for 10.
Yeah,
we'll shoot for 10.
double digits at least
And you have
till Wednesday night to get this.
Wednesday
done.
night because Thursday it starts.
Pretty much, yeah. Thursday early in the morning, you got to get it done.
So please join us.
Yeah, it's all for bragging rights.
Bragging rights,
No-
which
no
I
real
think
prize.
are the best.
Yep. So have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously, but try to win.
Don't trust Gonzaga.
Watch them win this year.
Yeah, no. I might actually pick them just because I feel like it might be their year.
Right. They don't have the pressure of trying to go undefeated, so I think that's
And you
good.
gotta think, it's really hard to pick the winner. Even though I think I had Baylor.
You
in
did
one
pick
of mine.
Baylor last year?
Did
In
I-
the one that we had, yeah.
Did I win?
No, you lost to Nick because Nick also picked Baylor. You lost to Nick by like one game,
Ah.
10 points. Yeah.
Man, because you gotta think. I hate picking chalk, which to me, chalk is like picking the 1 seeds.
Right.
But if you pick if you pick Gonzaga to go all the way, you're probably gonna get a lot of points because of how well they played this year.
Right.
Or Baylor, because Baylor's a 1 seed, Arizona's a 1 seed, and I forget the last one.
It's Kansas, I believe.
Okay.
No, I don't think Baylor's a 1 seed. I think they dropped to a 2 seed.
Did they?
It's like I'm
So-
looking at it right now. I'm
Yeah.
about to fill out my bracket. Bitch.
Are you? All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they dropped to a 2 seed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
And I love the Tournament Challenge app
Right.
because it kind of gives you a breakdown between each team.
Oh, Baylor did get a 1 seed. So Baylor and Kansas both got 1 seeds.
It's cool because it'll tell you for matchups, like what they were for their.
Oh, yeah, they
like,
give you a little information.
It's a really cool app.
Right.
And it'll
Well,
kind
yeah,
of
people either like a huge spread or they're tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
you got Purdue and Yale. It's like
and as people
3-14.
know who listen to us, we're not huge college basketball fans
No,
by
not at all.
any
But-
stretch.
This is one of the best events of the sports calendar. though.
Yes.
San Francisco, baby, they're in.
Yeah, they made it.
They made it,
The
baby.
Dons made it.
San Francisco.
Fuck yeah. I probably won't pick them to win their first game, but good for them.
They're 10 seed.
Hannah goes to USF.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Russell
Yeah,
went to
against
USF.
He did.
Yeah, Murray State. Where's that?
Like Kansas or some shit. Don't fucking know. Don't fucking care.
Bum fucking, you got a pretty mouth.
Garrett, what time is it?
5:42.
No, it is
It's
time for.
last call. Look at us getting this.
It's
pod-
5:42.
Look at us wrapping this up at fucking before 6 o'clock.
I do have a healthy last call. I don't know how about you. Or, I
Yeah.
don't know what
I'm
you
dropping a
got.
lot of F-bombs today, by the way. I feel like I've dropped at least 10. We're going back.
At least-
Sorry,
dropped
Kurt.
at
We're going
least.
back to our old days
Yeah.
today.
Speaking of F-bombs, F1 versus NASCAR. We're going to have a really
Speaking
short
of
and sweet debate.
F-bombs.
Katie asked us to talk about the differences, I guess, and which one's more difficult, which is pretty universally known that F1 is a more technical sport.
Yeah, I've never racing either of these cars.
Right.
But if I had to take a guess, I'm gonna say F1.
Yeah, F1 for sure. More technical sport, no question about it. And they turn both ways more often.
Yeah.
As in NASCAR, there's a lot of left.
Also, can we get F1 at Sonoma?
That would be tight.
That'd be fucking sweet.
They don't do a lot of tracks that have like elevation changes like Sonoma does, so probably would never happen.
No, I'm just kidding. That would never happen.
IndyCar does go there, so you get some open.
I've seen IndyCar there.
Yeah.
It was cool.
We-
Those cars were loud.
Yeah, I mean, we got, I believe, 2 U.S. Grand Prix in F1 this year. Miami and Texas.
Texas, yes. I'm glad you mentioned Steph Curry because today's his birthday.
Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Steph.
Also, earlier in the week, Steph Curry hit 20,000 points, the 49th player to reach that.
Pretty good.
And you got to think, if he didn't get injured early in his career,
Yeah.
he'd probably have close to 25.
Yeah.
Right? Especially the way that he's affected.
Well, and just
basketball.
like his injury, like he's had 2 seasons that he's basically missed most of the year. So
Yeah.
in his career. He also got a nice birthday gift today because Draymond Green is returning to the lineup for
Did
the
you
Warriors.
see Michigan State is playing Davidson in the
Oh,
tournament?
that's pretty cool. There's going to be some banter going on.
Oh,
You already know.
Man, if I was those two, I'd be putting down some big money and I'm drinking some good wine.
If I was, put it this way, if I was Steph Curry, I'd have my fucking earphones in while Draymond's
Oh,
talking.
man. We love a good shit talking Draymond.
Right.
USC.
Speaking of college basketball too, Iowa won the Big Ten tournament championship.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Hawkeyes. All fucking day. Black and yellow. Go Kittle.
Oh, do we still have the flag out there?
We do.
Oh man.
We
Hey,
do. We do.
hey, when you guys put the bar back out here, you gotta blast
We could deck it for sure.
You could deck it. You gotta do it.
Now we're talking. All right.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we're gonna do
hey,
it.
we're doing the plans for it after this,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
we're
last
making moves.
thing. Do you have a lot?
Yeah, I always kind of do, right?
My last thing is Players Championship wrapped up today actually because it was literally there was probably every type of weather except for snow during this tournament. It was like 85 and sunny on the Wednesday before it started. It rained on Thursday. Some guys finished their round on Thursday and didn't get back going in round 2
Yeah.
until Sunday, which is hilarious.
Okay.
They crammed 3 rounds.
Dude,
into
that course
today and
was
yesterday.
taking names.
Yeah.
The last couple days.
The wind was outrageous on Friday and
Yeah,
Saturday.
the weather. Everybody was in the freaking drink.
Yeah.
The amount of water shots there were. It made me want to get back into golf. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, you guys are a bunch of scrubs.
Hey, we're gonna play.
Yeah, I know.
Three of us are going.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go up to Vinters and do 9.
Yeah, I'd be
That's a
totally
good
up.
Yeah,
spot,
yeah.
and I would like to do that too.
Yeah.
So
Australian Cameron Smith was the winner of the tournament. I believe that is his first major.
Aussie,
Cameron
oi,
Smith,
oi,
yeah.
oi.
Yeah. Well, is Players Championship a major? I think it is,
Huh?
right? Is that
players
major?
a major.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Some
That's
football,
all, yeah.
some football news I have. Joe Buck is expected, according to the source,
I heard this.
to leave Fox Sports to become the new voice of ESPN's Monday Night Football
Wow.
alongside Troy Aikman. These guys are these guys right here are like Jordan and Pippen, baby. Wherever one goes, one of them else goes. You know what I mean? You can't have one without the other. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
So,
What are you gonna have?
So they're gonna be together.
It's like
on ESPN?
Coronas and limes.
Okay, Tony Romo.
Limes and Coronas.
That's pretty wild. I never thought I'd see the day where Fox would lose its top dogs.
But does that mean Joe Buck won't do the World Series anymore? Which
That'll be interesting to see if he becomes a. So he's gonna leave Fox NFL,
apparently.
Like
Well,
he's-
actually, I would think
or is he gonna do both?
there's no way he's giving up the. He's been the. I mean, you guys don't like Joe Buck, but I think he's a good voice. We've talked about this before.
Yeah. I think if he left Fox might be like, yo, fuck you. We're gonna find somebody else to do all your roles.
But who would they put? Like Bob Costas?
Nah,
But he wouldn't
he's
do
an
football.
NBC guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't do football.
I could see it being just whoever would be next in line.
It's gonna be hard to.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
mean, like Kevin Burkhardt is pretty good. Joe Davis, who I can't stand, but Joe Davis would be in line.
Also, mentioning golf one more time, Tiger Woods got inducted in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Apparently, this was supposed to happen in 2020, but COVID.
Yeah.
So I was like, why did it take so long? But I feel like this should have happened
Woods is go. Yeah.
way sooner than 2020.
I think-
Also, right?
Best golfer of our generation,
I mean,
without question.
Oh, without question. No, I mean,
No doubt.
he's iconic.
Also, like we mentioned last week, Greg Popovich finally passed Your boy,
Donnie
and
Nelson.
kind of your boy since you're a Warriors fan,
Not Donnie.
Don Nelson, in most wins in the regular season as a
All
coach.
time, yeah.
All time.
Good for him.
Great for him. Kevin Durant also surpassed 25,000 career points.
Big points.
I think he said that he should have more at this point. Like almost,
Oh, he thinks he should have had
yeah.
more?
He's like, I feel like I should have more. Which, he got hurt.
Yeah, he missed the whole season and a half, pretty much.
He'll have over 30 easily. But maybe not as much as my boy, LeBron James, is the first player ever to have 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. He's also the first player ever to have 10,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds.
Wow.
Do you know that he is 7th all-time in assists?
That's pretty wild.
He's going to pass Magic Johnson probably next year. And I'll give you this. Magic Johnson only played for probably 12 seasons.
Right, yeah, he had
Yeah.
a shorter career.
But when I look at this list, 'cause I kind of screenshotted last night, he realistically is probably going to be 4th all-time behind Stockton, Kidd, and Chris Paul.
That's
In
pretty great.
all-time assists.
Who are all just like pure point guards.
Because Steve Nash has 10,335, and LeBron James has over 10,000 now.
Yeah, so he's going to get there.
Right?
Yeah.
Chris Paul has 10,800, which that's a big number, and Chris Paul's
He's still
playing.
playing too, yeah, so that's a factor.
He's not going to touch Jason Kidd. No one's going to touch John Stockton.
Where's Kid at? Is he like 12?
10 kids at 12,091. And then John Stockton,
Like 15?
15,806.
So almost 16. Damn. That's a number.
But I can't talk enough about LeBron James. But isn't that staggering? He's going to be, when it's all said and done, unless he gets hurt, which I don't think either of us, even LeBron hater doesn't want.
No.
He's going to be probably 4th all time in assists.
That's pretty wild.
And he's played a long time.
Hell of a damn career.
Didn't go to college, but hey, you can only play the games that you play, right?
Right.
So that's all I have.
Derek, any final words?
It's nice to be back.
It's great having you on again.
Actually, wait. How did I
Hold
forget-
that thought!
Wait, are you done?
Holding.
No, he's holding. He's
Are you
holding.
done? You
Oh
done?
yeah, now I'm holding.
Tomorrow is my baby sister's 21st birthday.
Whoa, Drew!
That's why we're not doing this podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we're going out to dinner.
Gotcha. Nice. Where are you guys going to?
We're going to this seafood place on the riverfront.
Oh, the new one. That's where Augie and...
Oh, I was
going.
gonna say that's what they were just talking about
Oh,
this
really?
yesterday. Yeah,
That's where they went?
yeah,
They like it?
yeah. Because
We don't know, because they were going there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they kept being like, "Hey, like we can't get too tore up because we gotta go to dinner," but they were talking about going to this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she delivers bread there because she works a model.
Oh,
And
cool.
She,
Yeah.
I think she knows the cook from, he owns another place that's like...
He owns Cordero's Steakhouse.
Okay, yes.
In Silverado right here.
So, Drew, you don't listen to us, but happy 21st birthday. I can't believe you're already 21.
That's
It's
crazy.
very hard to believe. And she will be at my birthday party, which I don't know if you're going to be there. If you're going to be there,
And fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. Drew will be there. She'll be 21. It's going to be fucking really cool. Happy
Tear it
birthday.
up. Oh yeah. A lot of fun.
Love you to death. Congrats. Welcome to the club.
All right, Gary, you got 30 seconds. Go.
It's nice to be back. Miss the crew.
Yep. You are the king
Just
of the peanut
talking
gallery
shit.
still. We
I
haven't
mean-
we haven't taken that crown from you.
So you started with Seether. What are you at now?
I mean, do I have to be honest again?
Yes.
I'm staying.
Right back to
So
it.
you didn't go very far.
I didn't go very far. No, I'm sticking to. I'm in that mood today. It's one of those days where butt rock is totally appropriate.
It's one of those days, like Fred Durst said.
Here, I'm gonna give you a little splash. One final cheers.
Wow. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on, Garrett.
Thanks, Garrett.
Cheers, cheers. Yep.
Thank you all
Thanks
for listening. Stay tuned for updates on the new baseball podcast coming out probably in a week and a half.
Stay safe on Thursday.
Stay safe on Thursday. Happy St. Patty's Day. Peace.